So again, our crypto and currency, cryptography and cryptocurrency module 4. This is unit 4 now. In this case, we want to compare Bitcoin scarcity, with XRP payment as a utility. Okay. So you know us now to be Passion Peace Global Training Institute already. I'm just moving on to the main session. It's just so I can finish early. Sometimes when you've been talking for some time, you want to have rest, but at the same time, I don't want to miss out anything. So why do we need to compare this token? It's because they solve different problems. Bitcoin, it's scarcity and it's a store of value. But XRP is about speed and cross-border payment. Okay, utility token generally is usability in ecosystems. Okay, so if you are able to compare it, then you are able to understand the strength and the limit, and then institutions will be able to choose wisely. Even investors should be able to choose wisely what you want to invest in, and then you will be able to at least have information of what you're doing. If it's clarified, then you are able to adopt it, and the more people adopt it, the more it becomes usable within the ecosystem, and it builds holistic understanding. We already know that Bitcoin, we already know about Bitcoin scarcity. We've talked about that. Seen as digital gold, it's got a fixed supply of 21 million at the moment. It attracts long-term investors. Okay, adoption is slower for daily use and is a symbol of financial independence. And we know that XRP is a bridge between digital cash and institution digital cash, and the other aspect, which is the fiat, a faster payments for people, extremely low transactions, adopted by banks for remittances, and it's positioned as a bridge currency at the moment. Then we know about utility token usability, that is usually tied to demand, is service driven, and it provides access to features. Okay, and it encourages loyalty through the reward. The value is linked to ecosystem adoption. We've talked about some of this. I won't go into everyday use, or just to remind us anyway, Bitcoin is a gold bar, like a gold bar in a vault. XRP is like an express train for money. Utility token, they are like your cinema ticket for services, and they all have their own usage. What is the comparative benefit? Okay, we talk about Bitcoin is the scarcity. Okay, the hedge, of course, as for investors, and the liquidity. XRP, talk about speed, cost, and scalability. Utility token, you talk about the features, and the usability, the reward, and the engagement. Now, each one appeals to different users. You can choose to be on the 3 levels. Some people just let's look at this example. It's an example that is coming to me now. Look at every country's currency. Yeah, every country's currency. Yeah, every country's currency is being used within their country. When you want to go to another country, you have to change your money, change your currency to the currency of that country, right? Or at least change it to US dollars, and then be able to spend it the way US dollars is used. Now, Bitcoin, XRP, utility token, they serve as a bridge between all that in order to allow globalization. If you get what is going on here. So, looking at it very well, there is forex. There is forex, foreign exchange. There's what I'm looking for, forex trading. Okay, so you can see that even though we're using the money in our main countries, there's a trading that goes with it. So, a lot of people, what they know about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency usually is more of the trading aspect of it. But if you understand what I'm trying to explain to you now, this is more than just trading. This is more about understanding and usability. What should it be used for? What is pounds used for? Okay, just imagine what you can do, what you can use cash to do currently. All right, so let's go. Institution, they weigh benefits carefully, and the adoption is shaped by utility. Okay, The challenges in terms of the comparability. Every token or every crypto faces its own unique risks. So Bitcoin, for instance, there's volatility issue, there's energy use issue in terms of the mining. XRP in terms of the regulation and centralization. Utility token, okay, it demands dependence, sometimes misclassification, and each faces a unique risk. Okay, so institution must manage these challenges, and therefore regulation plays a key role in helping people to understand and adopt it. And the adoption requires balance, because you may meet the three of them as an institution. Well, I'm talking about bigger institution now. Institutional choices. The investors, they prefer Bitcoin because of for scarcity. The banks, they adopt because when it's scarce now, more people want to have it, and therefore it becomes like a hedge fund. Banks, they adopt the XRP for payment. Platform, they use utility tokens rather for services. So the choice depends on the problem that you want to solve. And you see, an institution, they diversify across tokens. Adoption driven by practical needs, and comparative studies guide decisions. Global adoption patterns. Excuse me. Bitcoin adopts strongest among investors, and the XRP adoption is strongest among the banks. Utility token adoption is strongest within the platforms. And the regional differences the shape the choices, and the global growth reflects diverse needs. It tells us like what does each country, what are they really struggling with. So whoever adopts it more tells you the secret of what their problem is. A bit of their financial problem in that country. So this is just the comparative analysis, just to show us the balance, and institutions adapt to the context. So here's the recap. Bitcoin for scarcity, XRP for payment, utility token for usability. Each one of them has different problem that they are solving. An institution, they choose it based on their needs. Comparative studies inform why and how they will need to adopt it. And that brings us to the end of this very unit, which is Module 3, Unit 4. Module 3, Unit 4. Okay, and the last